Right, welcome back. Last time, we continued more or less expanding here, thanks to expeditions where I really don't have any better places to send them to. Seems to be some level of unrest, but it should calm down with time. I'm not totally sure why there's even unrest. Okay, alone abandoned train rebellion. Ah, the life needs of the elites aren't particularly well kept. Okay. I see. I understand. Come on, do the burgers not have enough work? Not nearly enough. Yeah. Well, I don't plan on investing into commercial. That's usually a terrible, terrible idea. Commercial simply isn't well made. Just when it comes to how you interact with it. Anyway, I've also been stealing maps. For example, I now know where Noval Occitania is. Or Arcady. Oh, and Mexico has a bit of Texas. I don't know how they got that, but they did. Oh yeah, it's all colonial Mexico region. Right. Right, colonial regions tend to be rather large. I've also learned where the Andes node is, so now I'm setting a small bit of trade toward extra trade towards Panama. I've also managed to recover my tax income from the mass quantity of provincial corruption, though things are starting to get worse again as I got a new ruler and that dropped legitimacy. So autonomy is increasing in general, which is likely to cause problems here and there. I've also been going through ideas as well. Just need a moment for it to update. Okay. Yeah. So the first three of standing army ideas and the first two of economic ideas. Probably continue going through standing army ideas until, well, I don't think I can actually grab this technology. If I grab another idea, so. But that will probably take one or two more ideas before that even occurs, so. Yeah, oh yeah, I probably should check on the estates. Nope, nothing I'm going to give them. Opposing populist reform is a terrible, terrible idea at the moment. Anti-corruption measures. That would be a useful way to dramatically reduce state corruption, especially since I'm actually capable of keeping that. Of course, it's a question of how much corruption is actually present in the state. I presume 8.4%, yep. Because every 10 adds 2% to the resting point for, well, the base resting point for provincial corruption, which is then affected by autonomy and wages. Yeah. Although really, what I could really use would be an adjustment to laws to reduce that. I think I have the capability to do that though, I just don't have enough bureaucratic influence. However, everything else would be fine outside of point costs. That's probably the big one. And for a couple of important things like this one, I need more state reach. Really, the big final things that would allow me to attack provincial corruption requires more state reach. There's also increasing wages, but that for right now doesn't actually have that much of an effect. It's increasing all, yeah, it's increasing, on average okay, scale by state reach, but on average, low wages is increasing corruption by, well, approximately 14%. Not the resting point, mind you, but it's not increasing it by plus 14%, but it's multiplying it by 1.14. So, not much of an increase, especially since the resting point does seem to be at a base of 32 or something? Maybe 33. So, times 0.14 isn't really that much. What I really could use would be reforms. That further lowering state corruption. Dramatically lowering state corruption quickly would certainly help with a lot of stuff, especially since it will lower my power costs by 10%. Which is actually pretty sizable. I mean, the biggest help is the fact that that this just drops it by 20. Sure, I spend 50 points and everything, and 15 prestige, and I get minus 0.1 prestige for 5 years or something. Yeah. So. It's also going to drop my stability, but, I've been moving between 2 and 3 for, honestly, a bit, so it shouldn't be that much of trouble. Plus, the dramatic decrease will definitely help with a lot of things. Including, well, better trade power, better legitimacy, better centralization gain, and some other stuff that's not currently useful. Like global institution spread, since I'm not— oh wait. I am getting an institution, that's right. I had forgotten about meritocracy. Let's take a look and see how it's doing. Oh yeah, it's definitely going faster. And once it recalculates the fact that I dropped my, that I half my corruption, basically. So, it is 1 minus, n squared, where n is the corruption value, value. So 0.4 corruption squared is 0.16. So that would be a 0.86, 84 multiplier. 0.2 squared is 0.04. So that's a 0.96. So it's definitely going to speed up, and I might actually manage to arrive before 1590, which would allow me to get technology at 80 points cheaper. That's exceptionally helpful, plus also helps with admin efficiency, which I believe affects tax efficiency, although I'm not actually certain on that. It definitely does the things that it normally does, but it may also affect tax efficiency. I get the odd feeling that it does, but I'm not sure on that. Yeah, I don't know why, but property maintenance suddenly dropped dramatically. Maybe less corruption makes it more efficient for that? Oh. Anyway, yeah. I did just have enough mill points at the very start, but I guess the taxation costs have reduced that. The reason why tech is so much better than reducing costs is because I have 2 advisors that reduce it and not just 1. And the idea bonus is much better. Instead of just 2.8%, it's 14.7. Yeah. Still not sure if after a year, I don't think I'm going to have enough points for another idea plus the deck. This is going to take 218, and even if I earn 13 times 12 is less than 150. Sure, this will cost, the cost will reduce by 40, but then I also have to do, so really I'm going to earn about 180 over the course of the year. On the other hand, Meritocracy would do another 40. And I'm going to grab that now because I might as well. Plus, I believe autonomy is going to start reducing again. Yes, it is reducing again, so this cost will just increase up until one of these adjacent provinces will get it in about 40 years, which is not something a length of time I'm willing to wait, so let's just grab it. Meritocracy. Technology cost minus 20%, so every tech costs 80 points fewer. Yearly corruption, well, the resting point for corruption, state corruption, is now reduced by 3, so the resting point is below 12. And admin efficiency plus 5%, which isn't that important. So yeah, as for what I've done, I've courted these provinces, and I even stated Tabasco in order to bring autonomy down. Sadly, wait. These increase in debt. Excellent, that means I can accept Castilian culture. There we are. So these provinces should be much less of a problem. Still not enough to completely remove this, but the separatism should die down in a year entirely to the point where, well, I'm going to get almost nothing from the separatists now, and then next year. Even if it doesn't start disappearing, it will be next to nothing as well, even more so. The other thing I need to look at is to make sure that this province, and this province doesn't cause too many problems. I don't know why this one is having more unrest. My best guess is that the elites here aren't earning very much money. Well, that is going away again, so perhaps things are improving. Right. Yeah, okay, I figured the Grendel finished. So, for what I've done, I've expanded the bureaucracy. I'm going to expand the bureaucracy again. Because I want to try to get state reach to at least 80, because a lot of these important things involving provincial corruption require that I have 80 state reach. I've also been doing my best to keep the aristocrats happy, without increasing their power too much, because I'm going to need to actually improve. I'm going to need to get them weaker if I want to ensure that everything improves. So far, the only thing I can do is this, noble obligations, and this, military organization. They have too much power to do free peasantry, or whatever this level is, aristocracy, although I do need to get cash juice first, but yeah. Both of these will reduce noble gravity, which will lower their base influence level, which over time means that their power reduces. Yeah. I just hope the transition isn't going to be too dangerous, because that's definitely going to lower my manpower size, which is currently balanced at around the point where I want it to be, which is not great, because it means that I'm going to have to be very careful over what exactly I end up doing. Beyond that, I haven't actually done much outside of grabbing another idea from both standing army and economic. I'm going to stay away from economic ideas for a while because I want to focus on getting admin tech again. Because this is going to give me a production boost. I'm sure future tech will give me even more boosts. Like tech level 30 will give me another resource size boost. Probably 2.5%. No, not necessarily. As well as plus 5% admin efficiency, which is nice. Plus 32 will get me another idea group. Yeah, anyway, that's good enough. Right. Oh, and autonomy has hit the resting point, as I've said, so It will start to decrease again so long as I don't do anything that lowers legitimacy or stops the growth of centralization, which it's unlikely to stop anytime soon. Anyway, I'll see you again next time. Until then, bye.